A somewhat patriotic feel to set the stage in this one. The color wheel of the USA on display. A couple of teams who don the red and blue. Fresno State will kick it off and we will be underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Kansas offense will get first crack at it today. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well together.
Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Offense in an empty set. To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. On the ground, it's Church. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for once.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Stop is made at the 35-yard line. It'll be a fourth down. The Jayhawks send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Makes a catch and wants to make a move upfield. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. So Fresno State's offense has the ball for the first time. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not...
There he goes! They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Love the play call on the RPO, and you're just really trusting this running back to be able to make a guy miss and then get into the second level. The offensive line did their job, gave him a crease, but that was the running back making that linebacker miss in the hole before getting north.
Touch pass on the run. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Quarterback making adjustments. On third and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Snagged out of the air. Brought down at the 37-yard line, and this defense denies them on third down. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. Just drives it between the uprights. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
He'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at at the 20. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got his man quickly. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
That just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Firing to the right, complete. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
Right, that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Looking to fire. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Makes the grab. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. And the Jayhawks are marching down the field. Defense looks like they're coming. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Rushes on him. Firing deep. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Past the sticks, and he may get more. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Jayhawks kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Trying play action. It's complete to the left. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He makes a grab, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas. Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. So it's an 80-yard drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He's got great speed. Got a little room. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returner, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
He'll start the return inside his 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. The Kansas offense returns to the field. We've had some early scores. They get the ball back, trailing by a field goal 10-7. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Quickly out to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Got some of the work done on first down. Let's see what they have on 2nd down. Plucks it out of the air. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. And the Jayhawks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to power their way ahead. just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. The Jayhawks decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. These teams putting up some early points, and now they have it back up 10-7. The offense changing the play. Looking downfield on first down. Got his man in the middle. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one. Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. Wants to go up top on first down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If you could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. Looking for room. It's Duggan. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
The Bulldogs are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They try to pop a run on the draw. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And oftentimes running backs love drop plays because there's less traffic in front of them. The offensive line is selling pass, the quarterback's selling pass. They don't get the handoff until the very last possible second. So the D-line's rushed away upfield, and now it's so much easier for these backs to find their holes and pick their lanes.
Might be changing the route. Second down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab on the left. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the 4th quarter, they're going to be gassed.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. He caught it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Handoff from the gun. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Wants to go up top. Fires left. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
It looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Right on the money. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. And the Jayhawks will send out the punt unit. A high kick trying to pin them deep. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
And as the game goes on, you're going to see this offense continue to use the RPO. That look was conducive to handing it off. The defense now is going to start putting more guys in the box to slow this running back down, and that's when the quarterback's going to have an opportunity to keep the football and make plays throwing.
And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
Pass interference. Defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
3 yards, 1st down for the offense after that penalty. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on 1st down. Lets it go to the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Takes it the other way. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Jayhawks. The defense takes matters into its own hands. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall when the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Now the toss. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. The sure hands, it's Duggan. Slips one guy, now he's loose. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball in the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Oh, better look out. Got enough for the 1st down. There he goes. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Really nice read that time by the quarterback in the option. He had the ball out in the perimeter. He saw his pitch guy open. Nobody accounting for him. So you flip it to him quickly. Nice, accurate pitch out in front of him. Easy catch. And then he's able to do the rest. Look at the speed that time on the perimeter by the pitchman. Picking up a massive gain for this offense.
They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. The give to the back. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown. touchdown and a field goal at 10.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
He'll bring it out. It's Church. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Breaks into the open. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Runs through the tackle. He had a whole host of defenders he had to dodge in the backfield.
And if I'm the running back, I'm going to be like, listen, O-line, can you give me something? Can you give me some space to try to make somebody miss and not have another guy right next to me? I'm giving the offensive line an earful. I need some holes, need some space up front. They got to do a better job.
Tries to do it himself on the draw.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day.
Turning on the Jets. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37. The Jayhawks look to keep this drive humming. He'll do it himself. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. And the Jayhawks, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. The give to the lone running back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Takes the easy completion. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Touchdown, Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. And the Bulldogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Oh, they're after him. Got his man to the left. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw on first down. He fires one deep over the middle. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Wants to throw on first down. Get it out to the supersonic guy. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground covered to pick up the first. The Jayhawks can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll try the run. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. Got his man. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. And the Jayhawks getting set on 1st and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Church. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. The Jayhawks will punt it away on 4th down. They'll look to pin him deep. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Might be calling a hot route. To the air on 1st down. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. To the ground with the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Bringing the heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Fresno State will have to punt it away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And they'll just down it right there.
You know, punt cover teams have a tough job because oftentimes they've got to tackle a guy out in the open field, and a really good one at that. But how about their ability to get to the returner and not just get the tackle, but create the takeaway? That is a massive play on special teams.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the middle. He makes a catch. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Off the play fake on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. What will they dial up on 2nd, and a long way to go? After the incompletion, they go back up top. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. That pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll try try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And that'll tie things up as we head toward halftime.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Leaves it with the running back. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. This will likely be the last play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific scene there today in Fresno. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these two programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been, well, a good competitive game so far. They don't call me the most creative man in broadcasting for nothing, you know.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Fresno State takes over in the offense. We'll go back to work. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe,
oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Looking to throw on first down. They're working that left side. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. They might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit him with a big run. Now they hit him with a big pass.
Man, it's so hard to defend both. You know that. Which coverage do I want to put? Do I want to put more people in the box to stop the run? When you've got this kind of balance on offense, the defense can't be right.
Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. And the Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Running behind that left side. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
The Bulldogs back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They'll move the wide receiver. They're going to ride this running back. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Second down, he'll throw it. Under fire. He's got him still on his feet. Touchdown, Fresno State. And that one will give him the lead.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The Kansas offense returns to the field. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Here comes the heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Oh, looked upfield too soon and dropped the football, and it'll be 3rd down. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want them. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Pocket breaking down. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Got some room to run. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Fresno State.
Awesome job by the linebacker there in coverage, reading the quarterback side, spying the QB, knowing where that ball was going to get thrown, and then the ball skills, just to pluck it out of the air and take it back for a touchdown. Awesome work.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Church. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage.
Looking deep down the right side. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on 1st down. Here's the pressure. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
And the Jayhawks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Pressure coming. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Jayhawks will try to pin them back with the punt. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Wants to bring it back. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. He has to take care of the football on this drive. You just can't survive throwing 3 picks in a game. On the run, it's Duggan. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After that big play, they're trying to pay it off right on the goal line. Check. Quarterback sneak looking for just a sliver of daylight. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. He'll wedge it in there on the quarterback sneak. The sneak scores it. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Tulane delivered the type of thrashing generally reserved for homecoming games in New Orleans. Thing is, this was a road victory, and a win like this is going to resonate throughout the American. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Scrambling away. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. And you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. And the Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll go to the ground. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. It's 1st and 10 from the 13. To the air on 1st down. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Bust through behind his pad. And he will step out of bounds, but what a play to get the ball back for his offense. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. They go to the ground. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Got it, looking for the 1st down. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
And Great job by the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
A high kick. Let's see if he can pin him back deep in their own end. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a...
Turning it on! He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
The Bulldogs just got that huge run. They'd love another explosive play. They'll give it to him again. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. After the short completion, do they go for the big one on 3rd down? Now on the option. He'll pitch it. Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldog! Great job by the back on the option.
Way to make a split-second decision by that quarterback. He sees the defender commit. Boom. Pitch the ball. Not only pitch the ball, on target. So now the running back can catch it. He didn't have to reach behind him. He didn't have to reach in front of him. Caught it. He did the rest. Turned on the Jets. Got to the house.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. He'll pull it on the read. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
That's the end of the quarter, guys, and Fresno State is on top. And this beatdown is close to completion as we reach the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Fires to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Going the other way, and he's got touchdown Bulldogs. The defense does the work itself with a pick 6. They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
You didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Kansas offense returns to the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
To the air on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Yeah, and because of the pressure, the defense gets pressure on him immediately so quickly that he makes a bad decision, tries to throw it into double coverage. Really nice job pressuring the quarterback up front.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Got it in the middle. It's Frost.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check.
Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Well, this defense thought coming into this one they could get after the quarterback, but I'm not sure, guys, if they thought they'd have this much success. Everything they've dialed up has gotten home. They've got 6 sacks in this game.
Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
Here we go. And that's a 1st down for the offense.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. And the Jayhawks come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
221 wing. 221 wing.
The give to the back. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Back to pass. Under fire. Grab near the sticks. It's Booker. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. The Jayhawks trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Now on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. He steps and powers and works his way, and they finally get him down at the 2.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a...
Touchdown, Rock Chalk! Fired in from the red zone for the score. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. Ready to fire from the pistol. Quick handoff. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
Makes a connection. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Fresno State will have to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. On target.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this.
He lobs one high down the left side. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Looking to throw on first down. He's going to run it. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
They'll go to the air on second and short. Makes the grab. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Listen, I would feed this guy. Listen, I can run RPOs all I want, but I just need to know if it's a tie, give it to this guy. He'll make plays. He's got speed. He'll hit the hole. He's a physical runner, so I keep feeding this guy for sure.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short game.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Oh, he's got a chance. Gets it past the marker. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Bulldogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Goes to the option. The pitch. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch? The Bulldogs pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. From the red zone, looking for a space. Makes the grab. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now it's second and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. A third and goal call here from the 2. Let's see if they can finish the deal. Trying to surge it in. Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stops short of the goal line.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Pop.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, I got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. The Kansas offense returns to the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing.
The heat got to him, and he just sort of froze and got tackled in the end zone for a safety. After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Power football with the run. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
Running back searching for a hole. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. Fresno State will have to punt it away. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build up.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. Looking for more room. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Fresno State. They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense. Here in the 4th quarter, they're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. This drive will open from the 15. Looking to throw on 1st down. Blasted as he lets it go. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Here's the heat. He wants a big play here late. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation.